Welcome to another edition of Bible Time. I'm really excited about what we're doing here today. This is the Monday edition, so not only are we starting a new week, but we are starting a new book of the Bible. Today we start the book of Ezra. We just finished the book of Chronicles, which was probably written by Ezra. Now we come to the book by his name. And what this book is going to tell us is about the return of the exiles to the land. And actually, in the Hebrew Bible, you're going to find Ezra and Nehemiah as one book, and it records three major events, returns of large groups of people to Israel. The first under Zerubbabel, and then the next under Ezra himself, and then the last one under Nehemiah. And the theme of this book is restoration. Restoration of the temple, restoration of worship, restoration of Jerusalem. And you'll see in chapter 2 here, as we read Ezra 1 and 2 today, chapter 2 gives a list of names. You'll see Zerubbabel there. He's a descendant of David. You'll see Jeshua there. He's the high priest. You'll see the priestly families identified, the Levites, the singers, the gatekeepers, all totaling 42,360 people returning in this first wave under Zerubbabel. Here's the thing I want you to take note of, and this is one thing I'm particularly excited about us looking at the book of Ezra right now this week, because this is the week before our national election. And what you're going to see here is the theme is restoration, and what you see here is that God fulfills his promises to his people. God is faithful to care for his people, and the thing that's going to stand out here, you ready for this? The thing that's going to stand out is that God even uses pagan rulers to accomplish his purposes and do good for his people. Yeah, that's right, because you see in chapter 1, same way Second Chronicles ended, you see chapter 1 referring to a decree by Cyrus to allow the people to return. Cyrus, the king of Persia that's ruling at that time, they had conquered Babylon, and now Cyrus the Persian is ruling, and he makes a decree to send the people back. He makes a proclamation, and it says that he does so that the word of the Lord by Jeremiah would be fulfilled. Well, Jeremiah had made the prophecy in Jeremiah 29 that they would be in captivity for 70 years. And now, right at the 70-year mark, Cyrus says, you all can go back. And it says that God stirred up his heart to make that proclamation. God controls the rulers of the world. They're accomplishing his purposes. And it's an amazing thing to think about. Some historians, I think Josephus, the Jewish historian, said that Cyrus made this decree after Daniel the prophet, who was living there. Daniel, who was a leader in the government there, and Daniel read to Cyrus the prophecy of Jeremiah. And God used that to stir up his heart and to make this proclamation to send them back. Now, here's another amazing thing. This guy, Cyrus, he was mentioned specifically by Isaiah the prophet. You can read about it near the end of Isaiah 44 and into Isaiah 45. God specifically names the man, Cyrus, who is going to set the people free. And that was written over 150 years before the events took place. And so this is an amazing place right here where all these things come together. Isaiah mentioning Cyrus, Jeremiah making the 70-year prophecy, possibly Daniel having an influence there, and this pagan king makes this declaration, this proclamation that the people of Israel can go back. Whoever wants to, whoever's heart is stirred up by the Lord to go back, they can go back, and gifts are given to them in order for them to be able to go back and restore the land. So this is an amazing portion of Scripture, and we're going to really enjoy going through Ezra. And I'm so thankful that we're doing it right now, the week before the election. A lot of people might be really uptight about the election and what's going to happen and who's going to win and all that kind of stuff. Well, the bottom line is the Lord wins. And the Lord uses even the most pagan rulers to accomplish his purposes and for the good of his people. We got to believe that. We believe that in our heads. Here we're seeing it actually played out. And we can trust that the Lord's going to do the same kind of things today. He is still in control. He is still on his throne. He's still ruling over his creation, and he's going to be faithful to his promises and his people. We can trust in that. So what a great way to start off the week before the election, when there might be a lot of tensions going on. We don't need to be worried, because our God is in control, and he can use even the worst of pagan kings to accomplish his purposes. And so I'm thankful that we're able to start this week off together, and thankful that we're here in this book at this time. And I trust that your heart's going to be greatly encouraged as we go through it together. And we'll see you tomorrow for more Bible time.